President Spar, Dean Denberg, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, fellow graduates, parents, relatives, and friends. I am honored to be speaking to you today. Mom, please stop crying. Like all first intense and passionate loves, I remember the first time I fell in love with Barnard. I had visited more than a few appealing schools. I walked into Barnard Hall and was greeted by creative, smart, artistic people. They had an aura, and those were just the security guards. I looked at the other young women who had arrived at campus for move-in day. They were not from Minnesota like me. They could speak like native New Yorkers. They did not speak Midwestern. I knew that when I got that quizzical look after asking if they liked puppy chow. They thought dog food. I thought the quintessential Minnesota snack, filled with chocolate, Chex Mix cereal, powdered sugar, and peanut butter, the ambrosia of the gods. And my Minnesota-isms were just one small sample of regional variations from a mix of women from 40 states and 19 countries, the creme de la creme of one of the most competitive admissions pools in Barnard history. Yep. I look out with so much pride, love, and affection at you, my friends, the class of 2010, gorgeous from the inside out. I look at you and I'm still in love. We have laughed, cried, learned, talked, debated, and challenged each other. And how lucky we were to have such amazingly inspiring teachers, exuding curiosity, and brilliance. I am so proud to be here as part of an interconnected stream of women who have excelled. From my lifelong heroine, Meryl Streep, who graces us with her presence today, to women who have graduated before our time. Women like Anna Quinlan, Twyla Tharp, Chief Justice Judith Kaye, and Zora Neale Hurston. We're proud to be part of a Barnard legacy that goes back to women like Margaret Mead, who talked to Anthropology Department, who talked about the power of a small group of committed people who had the power to change the world. Today we stand in the shadows of the women who came before us, whose examples and lives of inspiration have extended the frontiers of what we can hope to accomplish. Graduation speeches are supposed to be grand, moments when you pause, reflect, and distill a mass of experiences into something worth remembering. When people become slightly heady and awed by the majesty of the moment. If you are a parent or grandparent and you witness the birth of one of us, I ask you to think hard and to drop that memory and feel the magic and the power of that moment. Harkening back to and thanking you for that moment is a modest Midwesterner's way of saying thank you, parents, for giving us the gift that allows us to stand here today. In a way, when graduating from one of the nation's premier women's colleges, dare I say the best, birthing is a parable for what is about to come of us. We have been nurtured in the warm embrace of our faculty, who have taught us intellectual discipline and rigor, taught us that for every answer, there are but more questions, that yes, we can do whatever our hearts drive us to do. We can realize our dreams. We can not only stand on the shoulders of our mothers who have broken the glass ceiling time and time again, but we can build our own castle in the sky, a world in which we are in boardrooms, on the highest courts of this land, in the White House, pioneering new science, writing plays, and all the while raising our own 2 or 3 perfect children with our loving egalitarian partners. Yes, we can have a dream. We are a long way from the day, back in the early 1960s, when the Barnard catalog talked about how women were required to wear pants or dresses below the knee when crossing Broadway for fear of how we might inflame, attract, excite, or be diverted by the young men across the street. We have come a long way from the day when a college degree qualified a woman to be a secretary, or as Justice Sandra Day O'Connor experienced, to graduate at the top of her law school class in 2 rather than the usual 3 years, only to be offered a position as a secretary in a law firm. We come here today ready to set the world on fire, and we are filled with uncommon talents. In our class, to take just a few examples, are our world finalists in the Odyssey of the Mind competition, 2 trapeze circus performers, who I'm still waiting to see perform on Lehman Lawn, 3 professional actresses, and a dancer with the Boston Conservatory. Not to minimize the accomplishments of Martha Stewart and Margaret Mead, we will leave our mark on the world. And so we take leave of this place we love, of 4 years filled with memories big and small, of cooking misadventures in newly built dorm kitchens, resulting in numerous fire alarms and new and renewed friendships with the firefighters of Engine Company 47, of travel through our subterranean tunnels when the construction of the Diana Center forced us underground for 2.5 years, sometimes in our pajamas and slippers. We witnessed 2 historic presidential inaugurations, that of President Obama on a frigidly cold January morning, and President Spar in a filled-to-capacity Riverside church. President Obama urged us to, quote, pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and get to work. And President Spar inspired us with her vision of making Barnard a world-class institution for the study of women's leadership. Class of 2010, let us greet the future. Barnard has equipped us with the tools to tackle the unknown challenges that await us. It's up to us to use the tools wisely. Let us find joy in what Barnard means to us now and will mean in the years ahead. We should bask in the glory of this day, pausing to reflect on how we can best use our boundless energy and talents. As T.S. Eliot once wrote, what we call the beginning is often the end. And to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from. The challenges are before us. Let us rise to meet them.